Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are unpacking something that we literally all do every single day, usually without a second thought. But it's actually something that can completely make or break our working relationships. I'm talking about email etiquette. We're going to decode the absolute crucial characteristics of a formal versus informal email and how to know exactly which one to use.
So, question for you. Are you actually sending the right message? Are you truly certain your emails are hitting the right tone? Think about it for a second. Have you ever hit send on a message to a boss or, a brand new client and suddenly felt that awful pit in your stomach, wondering if you sounded a bit too casual? Or on the flip side, maybe you've written to a close friend and ended up sounding like a walking corporate manual. Using the wrong style can cause some seriously embarrassing professional faux pas.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First, purpose and your audience. Number 2, tone, style, and accuracy. 3, starting your email right. 4, the rule on contractions. And finally, number 5, how to say goodbye.
All right, section 1, purpose and your audience. Before you even type a single letter, it really helps to figure out the why and the who behind your message.
Comparing these two side by side really makes the distinction obvious. It's kind of like having two different wardrobes. A formal email is your business suit. It's a structured zone for important messages aimed at partners, colleagues, and clients. On the flip side, the informal email is your sweatpants. It's a relaxed zone for casual, friendly communication, and you want to reserve that exclusively for friends, family, and close acquaintances. Just knowing who gets which type of email is your absolute first line of defense against miscommunication.
Moving right along to number 2, tone, style, and accuracy. Let's shift from the high-level strategy to the actual execution and explore the vibe and the strict expectations around grammar.
Here's the deal. Formal emails demand absolute precision. We're talking professional language, perfectly accurate spelling, and absolutely no slang, exclamation marks, or emojis. None. But informal writing, totally different ballgame. It's friendly, it's relaxed, strict accuracy definitely takes a backseat, and throwing in slang or emojis is completely fine.
Formal writing requires real discipline. Just listen to how this sounds. Thank you for your prompt response. It's clean, right? It's respectful and perfectly punctuated. This is exactly what a strict, professional tone looks like in practice.
But then, we get this. TX for email, we'll call you a later, followed by a smiley face and an X. Wow, the tonal shift is extreme. We've got casual spelling, numbers completely replacing words, and an emoji. In a business context, sending this would be a total disaster. But to a close friend, it's perfectly acceptable, warm, and natural. All right, on to number 3, starting your email right. Let's look at the actual mechanics of opening a message, because let's be honest, that very first line sets the stage for everything that follows.
So, in formal writing, greetings are incredibly rigid and rely heavily on titles. You're going to use Dear Mr., Mrs., or Miss, followed by their surname. If you don't actually know who's receiving it, Dear Sir or Madam is the standard go-to. From there, you don't beat around the bush, you immediately state your purpose. I am writing to, or I am writing to inquire about. It's direct, it's polite, and it is strictly business.
Contrast that with informal greetings, which are just a total breath of fresh air. Hi, hello, or hey, followed by a first name. And the absolute best part, there are essentially zero strict rules here. It is entirely your choice how you want to greet a friend.
Okay, number 4, the rule on contractions. Now, this is a very specific language rule that sharply divides formal and informal writing, and honestly, it catches a lot of people out.
Just so we're all on exactly the same page before we get into the rules, what actually is a contraction? Well, it's simply combining words into a shorter form using an apostrophe. For example, shrinking I will down into I'll, or I am into I'm.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that in spoken, everyday English, we use contractions constantly, right? Words like I'm, were, and won't just roll off the tongue. But in a formal email, those everyday casual words are usually strictly forbidden. You really have to force yourself to use the full form. I am, we are, will not.
Let's see what that looks like in the wild. Thank you very much for the voucher. I am looking forward to spending it next time I visit your shop. Notice it says I am looking forward, not I'm. Having absolutely zero contractions gives the whole sentence this polished, professional weight.
Now compare that to this one.
Thanks so much for the vouchers. I'm chuffed. Can't wait to spend it. Just got to decide what to buy. LOL. I mean, it's just packed with contractions like I'm and can't, plus slang like chuffed and LOL. It perfectly captures that highly energetic, relaxed, conversational tone you'd have with a mate.
And finally, number 5, how to say goodbye. You've written a stellar email, but how do you actually sign off without making it awkward?
Formal closings can seem incredibly complex, like a giant puzzle, but actually, scratch that. It really just boils down to a simple rule of thumb that you can easily memorize. Do you know their name? Use yours sincerely. Is their name unknown to you? Use yours faithfully. It really is that straightforward. And hey, if you want something a bit more modern, best regards or kind regards are always fantastic, safe alternatives.
Informal closings, on the other hand, offer a much wider, way more affectionate variety. You can go with "please write soon" or "best wishes." Writing to family, "love" works perfectly, or just a quick "talk soon" or "see ya." It completely strips away all those rigid steps and just lets your genuine personality shine through.
And this brilliantly illustrates the whole shebang. When you put it all together, the purpose, the tone, the greetings, contractions, and closings, it creates this ultimate cheat sheet. You've got your strict, formal rules on one side and total informal freedom on the other. It's just a super easy mental checklist to ensure your communication is always hitting the exact right note. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Think about the very last email you sent for work. Was it truly as formal as it needed to be? Did a rogue contraction or an overly casual greeting accidentally slip in? Next time you're hovering over that send button, picture this toolkit. Because at the end of the day, sending the right message isn't just about the specific words you choose. It's about showing respect for your audience through the style you use. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Writing formal and informal emails तहरीर, रस्मी और गैर रस्मी emails लिखना. It is important that you use the correct style when writing an email. ये अहम है कि आप ईमेल लिखते वक्त दुरुस्त अंदाज का इस्तेमाल करें. Think about formal informal सोचिए. रस्मी और गैर रस्मी purpose business and important messages. Informal messages मकसद कारोबारी और अहम पैगामात और गैर रस्मी पैगामात ऑडियंस बिजनेस एंड वर्क कॉलीग्स फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली सामीन कारोबारी और दफ्तरी साथी और दोस्त खानदान स्टाइल एंड एक्यूरेसी डोंट यूज स्लैंग एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क्स और स्माइलीज इन फॉर्मल ईमेल अंदाज और दुरुस्ती रस्मी ईमेल में आम बोलचाल फजाइया निशानात या स्माइलीज इस्तेमाल ना करें प्रोफेशनल एक्यूरेट स्पेलिंग पंक्चुएशन एंड ग्रामर थैंक यू फॉर योर प्रॉम्प्ट रिस्पॉन्स पेशावराना दुरुस्त हिजे पंक्चुएशन और ग्रामर आपके फौरी जवाब का शुक्रिया Friendly accuracy is less important. THX4 email will call you L8R. दोस्ताना email दुरुस्ती कम अहम है. Email का शुक्रिया, बाद में कॉल करूंगा. Beginning and ending. Email is a fairly new format and there are no agreed rules for starting and ending. आगाज और इख्तिताम. Email एक निस्बतन नया फॉर्मेट है और शुरू और ख़त्म करने के लिए कोई तयशुदा उसूल नहीं है. Remember to use a format style when writing business or work emails. कारोबारी या दफ्तरी ईमेल्स लिखते वक्त फॉर्मेट का अंदाज इस्तेमाल करना याद रखें. स्टार्ट एंड एंड अप्रोप्रिएटली डियर मिस्टर, मिसेस अब्रार डियर सर, मैडम मुनासिब तरीके से आगाज और इख्तिताम करें. मोहतरम मिस्टर, मिसेस इब्रार, मोहतरम सर, मैडम. योर्स सिंसियरली इफ़ यू नो देयर नेम, योर्स फेथफुली इफ़ यू डोंट नो देयर नेम. आपका खुलूस नीयत से अगर आप उनका नाम जानते हैं, आपका मुखलिस अगर आप उनका नाम नहीं जानते. रिगार्ड्स काइंड्स रिगार्ड्स. सलाम नेक तमन्नाएं. यूज फर्स्ट नेम इफ यू नो द पर्सन और इफ दे हैव आस्क्ड यू टू. अगर आप उस शख्स को जानते हैं या उन्होंने कहा हो तो पहला नाम इस्तेमाल करें. नो रूल्स योर चॉइस. कोई नो रूल्स योर चॉइस. कोई उसूल नहीं आपकी मर्जी. यूज ऑफ कंट्रैक्शंस. नो कंट्रैक्शन आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू कम टू द मीटिंग. मुखफ़फ़ात का इस्तेमाल. कोई मुखफ़फ़ नहीं, मैं मीटिंग में नहीं आ सकूंगा. कंट्रैक्शन आई वोंट बी एबल टू कम टू द पार्टी. मुखफ़फ़ में पार्टी में नहीं आ सकूंगा. नो कंट्रैक्शंस. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर द वाउचर. आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू स्पेंडिंग इट नेक्स्ट टाइम आई विजिट योर शॉप. कोई मुखफ़फ़ात नहीं, वाउचर का बहुत शुक्रिया. मैं अगली बार जब आपकी दुकान पर आऊंगा तो उसे खर्च करने का मुंतज़िर हूं. Contractions can be used. Thanks so much for the vouchers. I'm chuffed, can't wait to spend it. Just gotta decide what to buy lol. मुखफ़फ़ात इस्तेमाल किए जा सकते हैं. वाउचर्स का बहुत शुक्रिया, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. इसे खर्च करने का इंतज़ार नहीं कर सकता. बस ये फैसला करना है कि क्या खरीदना है. Common contractions. I am, we are, you are, will not. was not आम मुखफ़फ़ात, मैं हूँ, हम हैं, आप हैं, नहीं होगा, नहीं था. I'm where your won't wasn't, मैं हूँ, हम हैं, आप हैं, नहीं होगा, नहीं था. Informal email, formal email, गैर रस्मी email और रस्मी email और रस्मी email, from to subject जैसे from to subject. Hi, hello सलाम, hello dear, Mr. Mrs. dear sir और madam मोहतरम Mr. Mrs. मोहतरम sir या madam. When you write an informal email, you can use informal language and contractions. जब आप कोई गैर रस्मी ईमेल लिखते हैं तो आप गैर रस्मी ज़बान और मुखफ़फ़ात इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. When you write a formal email, you shouldn't use informal language and contractions. जब आप कोई रस्मी ईमेल लिखते हैं तो आपको गैर रस्मी ज़बान और मुखफ़फ़ात इस्तेमाल नहीं करने चाहिए. Usual beginning, I am writing to plus purpose मामूल का आगाज़. मैं इस मकसद के लिए लिख रहा हूँ. Please write soon, looking forward to hearing from you. बराह करम जल्द लिखें, आपसे सुनने के मुंतज़िर हैं. I look forward to hearing from you. मैं आपसे सुनने का मुंतज़िर हूँ. Best wisest kind regards love, नेक तमन्नाएं, मुखलसाना सलाम प्यार. Yours sincerely, yours faithfully. आपका खुलूस नीयत से. आपका मुखलिस English words to Urdu translation and synonyms purpose मकसद synonym. Objective audience, सामीन synonym. Spectators professional पेशावराना synonym. Expert accuracy दुरुस्ती synonym. Correctness format synonym. Layout contraction मुखफ़फ़ synonym. Shortening voucher synonym. Coupon manners आदाब synonym. Etiquette sincere मुखलिस synonym. Honest faithful वफादार synonym. Loyal